The Joe Rogan Experience.
The mind forces the body into moving over and over and over again. You know, you do it to this level of perfection that for a person like me who doesn't know anything about cards. I don't know anything about card tricks. I don't know how they work. I can't shuffle. If you watch me shuffle, you'd fucking laugh at me. But I watch your hand movements. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. It's amazing.
But now there's guys that I'm around that I wouldn't even pull a deck of cards out of my pocket if they're near me.
Because they're that guy that does it 13 hours a day.
Like the guy I just
That's,
told you
isn't
about.
That fascinating, though?
But there's also different aspects to it. But so like, you know, there's also guys. I'm not going to go into details.
Okay.
But I feel like I shouldn't even say this, but it's fine because it's fine. So I met a kid once who moved to Las Vegas when he was, this is a crazy story to tell. Damn. But it's a good story. Okay, I won't go into details. So he moved to Las Vegas when he was 12. He moved there because he wanted to meet a specific person who was considered the best card cheat ever. Meaning this is a guy that the reason that Vegas has those, instead of like the dealer peeking the down card, they have to put it into a machine and push a button. He's the guy that the movie Casino was built around with the computer in the shoe. Like he was the best card cheat ever, but among magicians, he's like a phenomenon because he's working on moves not to entertain anybody. He's working on moves so he doesn't get his hands smashed up against a wall at Binion's, you know, right?
Yeah.
So he's working on moves so he's not going to get killed.
Survival.
Yes. But
yeah.
Right. So this kid at the age of 12 knows about him, moves to Las Vegas, and buys a craps table. He puts the craps table, it's him and his mom, right? The single mother and him. They live in this small apartment very close to the man I was telling you about. And this kid throws dice 15 hours a day on this craps table. By the way, their little bed is like under the table. You know what I mean? It's a small space, and it's a real craps table, like a nice one. The only thing he does is repetitiously throw and he can helicopter spin the dice so you can't see them doing this. They have such force going around this way that when they hit the wall, one die won't break the number. And he can throw it exactly to this part of the table, missing this from across the table so that one die locks, and every time he can guarantee that number. He did that every day for almost a decade until he could throw dice better than any other human being in the world. Then he went and got a job at one of the casinos that texts for card cheats and worked in the craps tables. It's all he did. And as soon as he turned 21, he went out, travels the world, and wins the exact amount of money that he should win playing craps, where you're not detected, but you can.
What is the exact amount?
I mean, under, probably
under $1 million.
Yeah, probably a few million a year. So I'm saying it's not like he's going in and getting greedy. It's very smart and structured.
Yeah, and
that's
going to different
living.
Places.
And he can throw dice like I've never seen anybody throw dice. It's crazy.
I know that they take people that are really good at cards. Like my friend Dana White has been barred from casinos because he wins at blackjack.
He's probably just counting.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's counting.
But they've kicked him out of casinos because he's won a lot of money. But he's also lost a lot of money, which is bizarre to me that you can go to a place and do really well, and they're like, you're doing too well, you got to get out of here.
Well, it says behind every table we have the right to refuse anybody, which is important.
But do they do that with dice is the question. I get how they would do that with cards.
Okay, so do you want to hear a dice story? But this isn't me doing magic. This is luck.
Okay.
So
I don't believe you.
It is.
I don't like the way you paused.
but I'm serious. I know, but I'm saying that because I'm trying to be convincing. Okay. So because I'm telling the truth. But anyway, I go to the Palms. Okay. And they had a bet on the craps table called the fire bet, and it was like a game where you have to hit all of the numbers, open and close, without crapping out. So when I walk up to the table, right away, the pit boss and everybody, they make a big deal, like, you can't touch the dice. And they're like, I said, you can call up. I can touch the dice. Because, they invited me. So I said, I can touch the dice. And because I wanted to throw.
Right.
I don't want to just gamble on a rant. So anyway, because even though I'm not cheating, I still feel like, maybe I have a little bit of an ability that's given, you know what I mean?
Right.
Not a cheating ability, but maybe I'm a little better than a random person. I don't know. Right?
Got it.
So the pit ball, they make a joke, and then the woman pit boss comes out. She says, well, if you take your shirt off, we'll let you throw the dice. Joking, right? So anyway, what I do is I bet for everybody at the table. And I go to the low stakes table always. So the high stakes table is that Super Bowl team right over there, and they're like, they're all crazy, right? Like all excited with these big bets. And I'm here with this table. We all have little bets, right? That I say, let's put a fire bet down for everybody. So I put the fire bet down for every single person at the table, including the dealers, the pit ball, with the dice. And I'm throwing the dice. And this goes on for 2.5 hours. I keep throwing the dice. I didn't crap out. I hit sevens in between each number, which
I don't know
how
craps work.
So you have to roll like a 5, let's say. And then I'm like, oh no, I need to roll another 5, which is statistically much more difficult than a 7 because 7 is the most common number to come up. So if you roll a 5, you're like, uh-oh, that's hard because you can only get a 2-3 or a 3-2 on both dice, or a 1-4 or a 4-1. So you have a 4 out of 36, so it's a 1 and 9. So you're probably going to crap out before you get the number. That's why the game is to their favor. So I'm throwing the dice, and it's 2.5 hours later, and they stop everything. And they're like, your fire bet just hit, right? And the table goes, what does that mean? They go, well, you all just won like 10 grand each. And they all go, like they gave me the taste. Everybody's going nuts, and we hit the fire bet, which they've now removed from the piles, by the way. But it was a pretty unheard of. Like the odds of hitting that bet is pretty rare.
But it's just luck.
Nobody should hit that bet. I mean, statistically, it's unlikely, and I wasn't cheating. So yeah.
So do they? But the question is,
I'm lucky for some
dice?
reason. I'm lucky with dice,
right?
But I'm not. But I can tell you, I would be if I was great with dice. I'd tell you I was great with dice. By the way, I actually have a die on me.
Why do you walk around with a die on you? I didn't even
veer this story for this reason, but I do have a die on me.
Have you practiced with dice?
No. Yes, but I'm terrible at it. So, or do I? I do have a die.
But it does make sense that
anyway.
If you look at what that is, that's a physical thing. And then if you develop a touch, you develop a feel, you do something over and over and over again.
Well, this is different. But here, look, take the die.
Okay.
And can you put it between your hand or whatever?
Okay.
And can you mix it like that?
Uh-huh.
And then squeeze it when you're done. Or no, keep it hidden, but put it on the table. But make sure you can't see it and I can't see it. So you agree, like no one could see that, right?
No one can see it.
Are you sure?
100%.
Do you want to do it again? Try it again. Just because it could be weighted. So or you're done. You're good?
Yeah.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Say a number between 1 and 6. Like pick a number up
5.
to 6. Okay. That 5 is what I said on the craps table, right?
Yeah.
But I already know that it's a 4. And the 5 is here, basically.
How do you know that? That's uncomfortable. Can you do that again?
Probably not. You know what we'll do?
Stop.
But stop whenever you want. Yeah, because it could be like a weighted die. By the way, that's how people cheat with dice is they also take the die and they flip it and they want it to be, so it's like you throw the numbers. So you said you wanted a 5, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's 5. Get that voodoo away from me, man. The fuck is that? That's so weird. That must be a rush for you, though, just to blow people's minds like that all the time.
But see, so it's not, I don't think of it. So what happens is the digital fixation part of like the love of just like learning something new and exciting. That's like really the stimulus is like that fixation almost. It's like the meditative thing that you're talking about. But as a magician that is performing and trying to make TV shows, it's really difficult because you have to like keep coming up with new things, that's hard to do.